for your syllabus. So there is a few things you have to discuss. That is, one is you about your Active Directory again. So once again, the Active Directory, DNS and DFS. Actually, I have a plan to discuss that one at the time of our Active Directory time only, but we don't get a time. In small practicals in an Active Directory, we can additionally also we can tell, but the main thing completed. If you want, I will show you again. You can try one or two practicals. Okay, so the first one I choose to say the last topic is DFS. So first one last, last one is first. So what is this DFS? DFS means distributed file system. Distributed file system. So we know NFS, network file system, CFS, common internet file system, NTFS, new technology file system, right? That this is DFS, is a distributed file system. Distributed file system is a set of client and server service that allow the organization using Microsoft Windows Server to organize many distributed SMB files shared into distributed file systems. So something that is given, but I need a abbreviation for that one. That's it. That's why I taken this distributed file system. That's it. Okay. So what it is, I will explain. So don't worry. Okay. Distributed file system is nothing but a role. It is also one of the role in the Microsoft Windows. It is also one of the role in a Microsoft Windows. So this includes namespace and replication. Namespace and replication. It is a Microsoft Windows server role. Server role. Okay, two things are there. So DFS namespace and DFS replication. To show you the replication kind of stuff, practicals on a DFS, because we need at least four systems that too, one domain controller for authentication purpose, one DFS server, another DFS server, two DFS servers is minimum we required, and one client is required to access, or at least one domain controller, within that one DFS server and one separate DFS server and one client for a, so where it is replicated. Otherwise we don't get a understand. Okay, so minimum 4 is better. If cannot be offered a 4, means 3 server, 1 client also we can able to show that one. But our systems won't run that kind of stuff, right? So we have our own limitations. Okay, that too for just for a 1-2 hours class, we can't create a big infrastructure here. So I will show you a few things for understanding, and I will pictorial wise also I will try to show it. Okay, so there is a mainly two parts of two things are about a DFS namespace and replication. What is DFS? Distributed file system. So namespace can be configured domain-based namespace, standalone namespace also we can create it. For example, if you don't want to put an Active Directory domain controller environment, so without that one also we can able to create a namespace. But you need a DNS for because of you are communicating with the names. Usually you need a DNS kind of stuff, and domain base is always easy to authenticate kind of stuff. So that is another one. Okay, so standalone we can able to do it, and as well as DNS names domain based. So domain based means it is easy to authenticate, server authentication, client authentication, user authentications. Okay, because and that too we have a DNS. So naming hierarchy we will get it. So that is DFS. Okay, next one is DNS, so DFS replications. Characteristics of DFS replication include use RDC, so replication kind of stuff. uses a tagging folder to stage files before sending and receiving. Detects changes on the volume by monitoring the USN journal. Use vector version exchange protocol, recover from the failures. Okay. This is the DFS replication. DFS replication things. So now I told two names. One is DFS namespace. Another name is DFS replication. So we'll go to the namespace one by one. Yes, this is the important diagram. So you can look at this diagram and try to understand. And if you don't understand, it means you are not sleeping. If you say you didn't understand, means you are not sleeping. If you say I am understand completely by this diagram, it means you are sleeping. Very simple thing. Okay. Okay. This side, user in a New York, user in a London, server in New York, server in a London, server in the London. Okay. So usually like site wise, different sites there are located geographically. There are different located. Okay. So we need a explanation purpose. I have to draw on this thing. But these tools won't give you give me the drawing tools. You have to use this one only. Okay, so I want to save this one. So if you want, I will send this one. So it is easy to understanding one. DFS. Look at this one, guys. So I'm trying to explain. If you don't get it, no problem. So I will tell. Okay, so see, this is a user. So forget about user. First of all, look at this. This is the domain name. This is the namespace. Marketing is a namespace. Okay. Now, originally, project docs is a folder shared from the New York server. In the New York server, project docs folder is shared. Same project docs folder is shared from London server. Okay, like this. So this folder shared from London server. This folder is shared from New York server. So the client want to access this one. So I will take something yellow color. Client want to access this folder. So what he do? He will open like this / London server IP address or a name project docs. So what happens? The request go to London server and authenticate. He can able to access the data. Okay, or the New York user want to access that folder, same process. He will reach the New York for server, like I put a / server name and a documents name, means the share name, server name and share name he can able to access. Okay. Now what is this replication? Replication means this is a project docs. This is the project docs. Both are project docs only. Both contain some data. What I want to do is, whatever the data it is, it should be replicated to the other one. I'll take another color and I will take little thin. See, this is the project docs folder. This is a project docs folder. Both are shared. What I'm going to do is I create configuring a replication. Replication means what are the data in this folder will be going to this folder. For example, if I put a data in this folder, the data will be appears in this folder. It means both are maintaining same data. Both servers having shared folder, both shared folder maintaining same data, same data. So that is called a replication. Replication. Now it comes to the namespace. It comes to the namespace. Okay. So guys, once again, so first of all, we'll see the sharing. Look at this share name. This is for NYC means New York server. So here is a client want to access. The client want to access. Client want to access data. So what it is? The New York for in New York. So they shared data. They're having a shared folder. Folder name is projects docs, project docs from New York server. Same in London server also project docs folder and shared. So two folders are shared. So one is in New York server, another one is in a London server. Both name is same. And what happened? What are the data in this folder? Same data will be replicated to this shared folder. Same data is replicated to shared folder. So that is a replication. Replication. Understand this replication point or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next. Originally, this is the second point I told, right? So then what is that first point I didn't repeat, right? So the second point I repeated, and this is replication means one server data, same, one server having a shared folder, another server having a shared folder, both shared folder having same data. Both are replicating means I put a file in this one. If I put a file F1 here, same F1 will be copied to here automatically. It is replicating from one server to another server. So both will be synchronize each other, both maintain same data. So that is a replication. Next, the first point is sharing a folder. The first point is how to share a folder. How to share a folder, right? So sorry, you know how to share a folder, but how to accessing a folder kind of stuff. For example, there is a client. Okay, there is a client, either this client or this client, or maybe some client. So what is his site and all? So he will access the folder. This folder he want to access, he will access like this. Okay, he will access like this. So server name / server name and a shared folder name. Okay, he want to access the data from here. So you'll put a server name and share name. For example, he want to access the data from the London server. So what he will do? / NYC. Sorry, it is a London server, right? So you want to access from the London server. So put a server name or a IP address / share name. So like this. So each and every user, each time you have to connect it to your remote server and access the thing, right? So what you need to know, you should know the server IP address or a name and the share folder name you must know. Okay, so you have to go to each and every server and try to access it. So that is a little difficult for a user, right? So it is very little bit difficult for a user. Maybe I have a lot of servers. Here it is two servers only. Think about a lot of servers in a different geographical locations, or a lot of servers are there. Lot of file sharing is there, folder sharing is there. So how to connect it to the servers and access the data, right? How to connect it to servers and access the data. That is what I'm doing, right? But here it is, what is the advantage of DFS namespace? It create a name. So you can look at this one. So instead of accessing individual servers, you can access with a single name. You can access with a single name. So instead of accessing with a individual servers, we can access with a single name. For example, when I put a //console.com /marketing, under marketing, you can see projects devices. Then open the project devices and access the data. Like that, you no need to access very individual servers for accessing data. Only connected to your domain with the namespace, automatically you can able to access. The client computer connect a namespace server and receive a referral. Okay, the client computer catch the referral and then connect the first server in the referral. So what server it is? Okay, so instead of connecting individual servers for accessing share information or a data or a documents or a pictures or whatever it is shared, so individually you are connecting, so single name you can able to access the data. So that is DFS. That is a DFS, distributed file system. I'm removing all these things because already I saved, no problem. So whatever it is, guys, understand this one or not? As I said, DFS is a Microsoft server role. To install the server role, so go to the server, go to server manager, manage, add roles and features. Okay, so whatever it is, under roles, go to file and storage. Under file and storage, you will find DFS, namespace and replication. Guys, understand or not? If you don't understand, I will put our own diagrams and you can try.
Understood, sir.
Understood? So here, to configure and show the replication, guys, I need at least two servers. Okay, two servers are required. Okay, so for namespace only I'm telling. So what I'm going to try to do is, so I will take a server. This server is already having a Active Directory and DNS, DHCP is there. So we need an Active Directory domain and DNS mainly. Okay, so in this one, I will share a folder. First of all, we'll try to share a folder, and from the client, how to access a folder directly, how to access the folder. So from the client, this is the client, this is server, this is the share folder, and we access. Okay, how to access? So like this, / your server one, IP address or a name kind of stuff, and the folder name. So we have to access like this. For example, you have a multiple servers. Okay, you have a multiple servers, and again there is a share. You want to access. For example, this is a server 2. So I have to use, again I have to connect server 2 / so what are the share folder name? I have to use it. Okay, so now what I want to do is, instead of doing like that, so I use a DFS server. In the DFS server, I will tell a name. Okay, I will put some name. Okay, so in my DFS server, okay, this is my DFS server. Okay, this is my DFS 1. DFS is a one server, DFS 1 server. So in this one, I'm configuring like this. So some domain name, based on a domain name, like a mine is contoso.com, right? Contoso.com domain name / I put some name, for example, B13 is a share name. So under this one, okay, under B13, so / S1 / the share folder / S2 / share folder, like that. For example, if I have multiple servers are there, so then I will put a multiple servers into one single namespace. Okay. Now the client not required to access like a one by one. So in the client, it is very simple to access / contoso.com / B13. So obviously what happened under B13. So when you say B13, the data share folder will be appear automatically here. Data is also appear. So automatically share folder is appear. Okay, so that is namespace, single namespace. Okay, next replication configuration. Replication configuration meaning is we replicate the data from here to here, or you can configure another DFS and we replicate this data to that data like that. So we replicate the data. We'll maintain same data between these two things. Okay, that is we configure in the DFS. In the DFS we configure. So replicate data between these two folders. So then data will be maintained here and as well as here is the same. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so but I will do only one DFS only. By I will install a DFS in an existing server. I will try. So mission is off already. I think so that is the theory part, and the practical part is so we can discuss now. Okay, it's taking time, lot of time for a start, shutdown, right? So meanwhile, I will start the Windows 10 also. Guys, as I said, be prepared. If you study, you'll get doubts. If you got doubts, you can ask me anytime in the classroom or outside of the classroom, like or send a group message in a group, so I can guide you. Taking a lot of time to open. And how much time it will take? It's a recent server only. It is showing a license is expired. It's not yet booted. Not booting at all. Booting, but taking so much time for this one. So why? Any doubts, guys? Anything, please? Okay, DFS services also replicate Active Directory data, sysvol data, group policy data, Okay, so that is also very useful. It's a continuously synchronize the data from one server to another server. Okay, or the RODCs, read only domain controllers. It's still loading. How much time it will take? So you can log in with any user. Guys, if anybody having any pending practicals, doubts in the practicals, doubts in the concepts. Okay, so this is a file and storage services. In this one only you can able to do it, but it is after so many days I'm doing, not so many days, so many years. We will see. Add roles and features. Guys, I'm doing practical. Add roles and features. Next, so make it as a big screen, so then we can able to view. Next. Next. So under file and storage, iSCSI file and iSCSI services, DFS namespace, data deduplications, file server resource manager. Okay, like this. So you can see DFS namespace, work folder. So DFS namespace is showing enable you to group shared folders location on different servers into one or more logically structured namespace. Each namespace appears to users as a single shared folder with a series of subfolders. However, the underlying structure of the namespace can consist of numerous shared folders located on a different servers and in the multiple sites. That is, so different sites, different servers. Okay, you have a shared folders, but DFS namespace with a single name you can able to access all their folders in a single namespace. It is appear like it is a single shared folder, but actually it is big one. Okay, so like that. One important thing is before we go to namespace installation, okay, I'm going to show you how to access the shared folder from the server to client. Okay, so that's we'll do it first, like how you are accessing. So that is, let's see. This is my E drive. So in the E drive, I'm going to create a folder. Okay, just a folder. So the folder name is, for example, data1. Okay, data12, for example. In this data12, I'm going to create some files. Okay, so file12. So I put a file12 site. So this is file12 file from server 1. My server name is WinS1. Okay. Now I created a folder. Now guys, tell me how to share this folder. How to share this folder? Maika?
Properties,
Very good. Properties,
share,
sharing,
advanced,
advanced sharing.
share this folder,
You want to change the share name. Also, you can change the share name if you want it. how many users can able to at a time can able to access. Also, we can limit the number of users. It's now currently it is showing 16 million users. It is showing. I'm changing to 16 only, or maybe 10 users at a time. We can able to access. Just I changed it. Okay. Otherwise, you can keep it same thing only. Okay. Otherwise. Okay. And go to permissions. Here it is everyone permission. Now I want to remove the everyone. I'm adding a my domain user. All my domain users can able to access the domain users group. Means any user in the domain can able to access, not the others. So can able to access. I given a share permission. So this is the catchy. Catchy is like if you have a branch catchy kind of stuff, you can enable that one. So I given a sharing completed. This is the network path. This is the network path / win s1 / share 12 is to open the access the file. And also if you want, you can give the security permissions. Add. Here also you can give domain users or everyone like a security permissions. Okay. So I didn't do anything, any changes I did not done. So here it is security domain users. You get read write permission, but I didn't give any full permissions. Okay. Sharing is done. This is the share path. So this is my folder. This is my file. My share name is share12. I'm going to the my client. So here it is. I'm accessing my share win s1 server. I'm accessing. Here it is share12. See, this is the file. Okay, so like that we are accessing. Another way also we can able to access domain name. Also we can able to use it for accessing the data. Domain name also can use it. By default, the client and server both are in the same domain, so we can able to access it. But there is a problem. I got it. What it is? Not showing the file. If you are using a domain name, not showing a file, maybe the secure permissions or a domain admin permissions are not given. So maybe because of that one. Because mine is a domain user, not admin. Okay. So like this, you can able to access either by domain name is one side, but not exactly domain name should not be there. So we have to use server name or a server IP address. Server name or a server IP address. So my server IP is / 172.16.0.254. Same thing. And it is not asking anything like what is your username and password by default. So why? Because of I already given a permission to domain users, all users in the domain. Okay, so like that. So as I said, okay, as I said, so this is how we can able to access the shared folder and give the permissions. Next. So how to access with the DFS also we'll see. I canceled that installation earlier. So I am going to install it again. You see with the different names sharing. Actually, you need a minimum 3-4 PCs are there. Then we can able to show you very neatly. But it is taking a lot of time for a destination server. I do nothing with the destination server. Just wait, let refresh it. Yes, it is came. Now select a DFS namespace and add features. DFS replication. If you want a replication, you can also do it. So you can see what is a DFS replication is a multi-master replication engine that enables you to synchronize folder on the multiple servers across local or wide area network. Means WAN. So network connections. It is uses remote differential compression or RDC protocol. Remote differential compression RDC protocol to update only the portion of the file that have changed since the last replication. DFS replication can be used to conjunction with the DFS namespace or by itself. Okay, so thing is from one side one folder, another side another folder is there. So either it is in a LAN or maybe in a through WAN, it replicate the data from one server to another server. Okay, it maintain the same data. So what are the change occur in one server, automatically change will happen in the another server. If you want, you can able to install. If you like to install, you can install it. So, but I installing both the things. We'll see what will happen. Nothing. You no need to install anything. Just select this one, install. You have to wait just 1 or 2 minutes. Check out. Put a checklist of your each one everything, guys, like a Windows 10 practicals, Windows Server practicals, Linux theory, Linux practicals. Go with the questions. I don't know. Any people are not asking questions, so that's why I got getting doubt. Okay. If you are asking a questions, then I don't get a doubt. You know, there is a batch 3, I think. Even I am not the trainer for that batch 3. As I remember, batch 3, I took only DevOps classes, DevOps and Python, I think. DevOps and Python are only DevOps. Like that, that type of classes only I taken DevOps, middleware, like that. So very small classes only. 3 days direct interaction and 2 days, another 2 days interaction is there. So while I'm taking the class, I stop the class and start asking the questions. So keep asking questions, only interaction directly. Even though there are also same thing like if 16, 17 members are there, all are selected. Even so all of the sudden they have a 1 week time to interview. So they have 1 week time to interview. They got a lot of questions on it, DevOps and other things, networking, but they got selected. So that is why I'm always say asking questions, keep telling answers will help you to understand the subject and as well as you can able to speak answers. Okay, it is installed, guys. Installed successfully. But normally if you install any services, you can see from here, but I think this is won't show you that one. You have to go to this one. Okay, this is the work folder, shares, storage pools. This is where you do normal sharing. This is the quota, this is the volume. No. DFS is here only. Find out where is the DFS. DNS, disk cleanup, DFS management. DFS management under tools, DFS management. So as per our diagram, normally I showed how to access the shared folder. Through DFS, we'll create a namespace. Through namespace, we'll access the shared folder. So we'll try that one. This is a DFS namespace. Okay. So this is the getting started. So you can read it, all this kind of stuff. Okay. Click on a namespace. And this is the replication. namespace and replication. Go to namespace. Two options are there. New namespace, add namespace to something it is showing. Okay, here only I will do right click. See, add namespace to display, new namespace, add namespace to display, delegate management permissions, view export list, and this thing. So I will go to new namespace, just a namespace only with server. Server, my server name is Win-S1. Only one server only I have. Okay, so server 1. Next. So enter a name of your namespace. This name will be appear after the server or a domain name in the namespace path, such as / server name / name or a domain name. Okay. Example public, like that. Any name you can able to give. So what I'm saying is my namespace is BAS13. Okay, B13. B13 or BAS13. So it is your BAS13. You can edit the setting, like edit settings. So what is this edit settings? All users have read only permissions. All users having read and write permissions, like that. Okay. So this is the path of a folder. So you can see C drive, DFS roots. This is the path of a shared folder. Okay, I'm sharing new folder, or maybe you can do different folders also. Click OK. I changed to this one. If you want to share your existing folder, also you can share it. Okay. If you want to share your existing ones, also you can share it. Like you can go to E drive. So in the E drive, you find this one. You can also share this one. But I'm leaving like this only. So we need to understand the namespace. That's it enough. Domain-based namespace or standalone namespace. So domain namespace means you'll get a domain name / name you are getting. Standalone means you are getting a server name / like this. So yes, we need a domain names based only. I'm doing this one. Create. So it is creating a namespace. Successfully created, no errors, close. So I created a namespace only. Now see, this is our namespace. It does not contain anything. Namespace server, site is unknown, enable delegations, who can able to access kind of delegation things, management delegations. Okay, so if I have a multiple servers, then I can able to add the servers, different servers. Like this is a Win-S1. I have a Win-S2. If I have a Win-S2, then I will add that server here. I have a 10 servers. I will add all the 10 servers in a namespace servers. Namespace is just a name only. That's nothing. This is how to add a namespace server. You can right click on this one, add a namespace server. I have another server. Then search for the server, add it, click OK. Okay. So we don't have that one, so that's why I can't able to show you. So these are some caching, optimization, consistency options are there. So new folder I'm creating. The new folder is DA1. See, target folder I added like this. Okay. So name is also not required, but it is asking. I use that one name. Okay. Folder target is original for target. Changed to that one. So click OK. So this is the shared folder. Yeah. So we are done, but it is showing like this kind of stuff. So first of all, we have to access it. I'm going to client. Go to client. Put a run. Like this. Go to / domain namespace, right? You can see bash 13. So share. So you will see the file. Okay. So this is the namespace. This is the namespace. You can see the file. And also you can put the data also. Okay. If you put some data here, also it is replicated there. How to put a data? So we need a data. Just small files only. Okay. So I copied some data in the share F2. Then go here and try to refresh. That's it only. So the original data is here, right? So data is came. Okay, data is came. So I link to that share location only. It's not showing anything, but it is showing. Okay, this is the way it is works. But guys, we need a 2-3 servers. If you have a multiple servers like this, if you have a multiple servers, okay, so then we can add it to like this. So this is a namespace. Under namespace, we'll add this shared folders one by one, like a WinS1 added, like a WinS2, WinS3, WinS added. The client will access like this only, but you will get a single name. So you will get bash 13, it will show. Under that one, you will get directly name data. Okay. You can change the name also. I put a same name, so maybe there is a little confusion between the names. I put a different name, bash share 13s. Okay, so just as I changed it and click here and just do some refresh kind of stuff. Okay, refresh and go to this one again. Okay, so / you can type the entire name also. You can type the entire name also. See, bash 13 shares. So this is the file. Okay, so where I linked, that one is here. Guys, understand how the namespace works. With a single name, you are accessing the data. It's a single name. Okay. Replication means the what are the data you put it, the same data is replicated into another server if you configure replication. For replication, first thing is either you add multiple servers. You have to add multiple servers and go to this replication, right click, new replication group. multi-purpose replication group, replication for data collection, something like that. So next, namespace or a group, something but a group name is a CTS group. Next, domain is same, add your servers. Okay, so it is C, still it is showing a next only, not showing next. So you have to add multiple things, then only you can able to add it. At least 2 or more servers you have to add it. 2 or minimum 2 servers you have to add it. We don't have, so we can't able to add it. That's it. Okay, guys, got the point or not? So DFS, distributed file system. Hmm? What is DFS? Distributed file system. What is distributed file system? So there is a namespace and replications. Accessing data, shared that folders or accessing shared data from different sites or servers with a single name. The client will see the name, but client don't know from where it is shared, from which server it is shared. What is the advantage? I'm a client, I don't know from where it is shared. See, if I look at my site, so I open / domain.com, open it. So then I see in bash 13, this is the name, right? This is my share name. Okay, I given to the client like this. It is showing a domain, but domain means domain name only. That is a name only. That's it, right? So domain is a domain controller. Domain is that's the entire will come up. No one knows where is your domain controller, and no one knows from where it is shared. Okay, so this data, the share folder can be in your domain controller or maybe any other location, maybe in some different NAS box also. The data can be in the NAS box also possible. So that's why you can able to, user cannot able to know, so user don't know original site or IP address, server name of the server name of a servers by user. Okay, the user don't know the server name, server IP addresses, okay, or server locations, anything he don't know. Only he knows a name. You open the name, you get the data. That's it. So the data can be stored in anywhere in the network, anywhere in the servers, anywhere in the storage devices. Oh, damn. Guys, got it or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Finally. I'm stopping recording.